a hazard gets antied again, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe I need to go Kiri if my hazard is gonna int, like, and won't play it like safe.
Well, it's a little tough for him where you guys are, because you guys are all very safely perched on height, and he just can't play like that.
Yeah.
So he dives in, and every single person is looking at him. So I think anti does make it tough.
Right here, I'm like, it's Kiriko. Yeah.
Under my protection.
Just going for a trade. Okay.
Look at the Suzu. The payload blocks it, bro.
It got LOS in like a really weird crack. I would say if you're gonna TP to him here, just like immediately Suzu. I think you like hesitate for a second, but you know even coming into this that he needs the Suzu the second you get there. Oh, okay.
I feel like I always had that habit of like when I was first learning Kiri where I would just anytime I TP to anyone I would just Suzu, and at that point I was just wasting Suzu. So I think I was just being too greedy. I think I just should have just
Yeah, you get the idea in your head that TP immediately Suzu is bad. Though I'd like to add an extra like criteria that might help you make that decision. You had LOS of this entire thing and could see it for like a couple seconds before you TP'd over. And there's a difference between that and TPing through a wall, just seeing a critical teammate. So you have actually all the information 2 seconds ago that you have right now. So you can choose before you TP that I want to Suzu this immediately. It's a different story when you're TPing through a wall. You might need to take a second after TPing through a wall to actually evaluate how many people are looking at my teammate or what cooldowns are being used. You can see on your way here that, what is that? What is that? It's okay. It's a rock and he's being hacked. So like there's a lot going on over here. You didn't know about the rock, but you saw 2 people are actively looking at him and he has no cover. That's another thing is when you're TPing through walls, you might not know their exact location and how close they are to cover. So that's another thing is TP+suzu can be good if you have all the information coming in. And you had all the information coming in here. But that's
I hesitated, yeah.
Pretty often when you're TPing to a teammate and they're critical. I mean, like maybe half the time it'll be through a wall. So that hesitation is a good thing in that situation probably.
Okay.
Unless you have comms, of course. Cool. Go Kitsune and die on point. That's fine.
Sorry.
Cool.
This is when Jams goes Sim. He's like, bro, if they're gonna play Sig, I'm going Sim. Like, he literally just was ruining every shield tank player's game last night. It was so funny. He's like unironically a Sim goat.
Feel better?
Yeah, this is fine. You guys are just building ults here.
Okay. Our cast goes for a really bold play here. I maybe was like considering maybe I should have followed him. Wait, was it here? No, it wasn't. It was a fight after this, I think.
Where is
Okay, no. Sorry. I was
So your team has been playing here for the last like 20 seconds or so. Or like 10 seconds. And their team has been able to walk up this long thing for free. When you guys actually have a, like, I mean, between you and Zen, you have a good amount of reach of poke, or even like a sim to spam out the Ana, you know, something like that.
Should we have been playing maybe like the right or left doors, maybe?
Any of them. I think even just, I don't know how close your team was playing to these rocks, but yeah, these also here. Just if nothing else, if you're not even gonna mess with their backline or their front line, you can look at their backline here. Especially if they start pushing here and you're able to get the
Even get a
backline's
cooldown
attention.
out. Yeah,
a cooldown.
like
Yeah, a cooldown's
yeah.
fine too. Because this is also kind of like a critical moment right here. When he goes over this, he loses LOS of his backline for a second. Or him and whoever else is up here, the soldier as well. So they kind of want to pass through this choke sort of as a unit. And so if you can be here to kind of disrupt that, or like you said, just get some cooldowns out, make people turn around,
I
etc.,
think
etc.
what was also happening was like I was also 90 to Kitsune, so I think I was also afraid to go for a flank
Yeah,
because they have a Sombra. So if maybe
right.
I went on a flank, I was scared. I didn't know where
Mm-hmm.
the Sombra was, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I was just like, oh, maybe I don't want to go for an
Fair.
aggro angle. Maybe
Fair.
that's what I was thinking. I don't know for sure. Maybe I could have also just not paid attention to that, but maybe if I didn't have ult, I could have done that, but maybe I should have played for my ult. I mean, we have a lot of ults though, to be fair. I mean, Kitsune is not the win condition here, but yeah.
I think if you had 100% Kitsune right now, that could make more sense and you could let someone go up here who wants to build ult charge, but you don't actually have it yet. So you might not have it when you really want to use it at the beginning of the fight. So this could
Mm,
also just be farming ult because
true.
you just have good range. You have good spam. And
So do you still go on flanks when they have a Sombra? Like, even if maybe the Sombra is like waiting for you to engage? Like, do you still kind of go for that?
like realistically, I think you could TP out. I think you would be fine with the Sombra. Honestly, I think it's fine. You also have the Mega right here. If you're playing on this Mega,
Mm.
you don't have too much to be scared of, to be
You're
honest.
right. Yeah,
If
I
this is
probably wouldn't
hacked,
even need to use
you
it.
wouldn't play here, obviously. But since this is here, you really like you're chilling.
I only ask
Whatever.
that because usually because obviously I don't play Kiri much in comp, but when I do, I usually go Kiri for Suzu. I don't usually go it like I usually go it for either like cleansing, like a Sombra being a menace, or anti shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so usually I don't play Kiri aggressive because I'm like waiting for those cooldowns and just using Suzu.
Right.
I'm
Right.
playing more passive and I'm just waiting for them to make those cooldowns, and that I feel like that's like my job, but I don't I don't know. I know
It,
Kiri definitely has the abilities, and like that's the strongest part of her kit is taking those angles and being able to hold them and take duels, but like I don't know. I feel like I usually only play Kiri for her like Suzu.
yeah, I think it also depends on your team, right? Because I was talking about earlier, like if you already had Kitsune, you could let someone else go build ult charge. Who else on your team could do that? Who else on your team has that sort of flexibility to play in a position like that and immediately get back to their team? The Cass and the Zen can't, and maybe a Sim, but like she's probably just gonna sit somewhere and spam Anna,
Yeah.
someone who can't move much. But really, you are the best person to do that here. If you had a Sojourn, or you had a Genji, or you had a soldier even, they might already be on that angle. And maybe you could go with them and help them hold it, or
Mhm.
you wouldn't even need to go there. But this is wide open, not only for your team, but also for their team. If you're not here, who's to say the Sombra doesn't hack this? And then she's got an angle here where she can just sit on this health pack and she's hard to kill.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's something to consider when it comes to angles, not just being aggressive, but also defensive and like preventative. So you
Yeah.
you do make a really good point though about like I don't want to die with Kitsune because I'll throw the fight here. If you're playing the hero for Suzu, then don't make plays where you're gonna get Suzu forced. But in this fight, you're playing her for Kitsune a little more than you're playing her for Suzu, right? So you might need to make
Right.
a play that gets you that Kitsune.
Okay.
Obviously, yes, they have flux, they have anti-nade still. Like you always would like to have Suzu, ideally, but right now you're a little more focused on Kitsune early fight to put the odds in your team's favor for this fight.
Mhm.
That's what I think anyways. We'll see how it goes. Like, that could change pretty quickly.
Let me balance you out.
Depending on what's the first ult used in this fight.
Guide you.
There you go. Okay, you are the first ult of the fight, and there's a Sigma ult. Are you not in that?
Did I?
Guide you.
You're just not in it.
Lol.
Wait.
Whoa.
Oh. Oh, okay. Good for you. Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait. Like,
I think I thought that you were gonna be in it, and just if that ever happens, you can TP.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Even
oh
if
yeah,
it's
you can like right
TPing
before you get lifted up.
right, even if it's TPing to somebody else who looks like they're also in the flux. If you TP to someone else in the flux,
It'll cleanse it.
yeah,
Kinda.
yeah, you're because you're
Okay.
phased out for like a really brief period. So that's also a possibility. Not that like it looks really fun to be up where your sim or your hazard is right now. It really doesn't.
But you're at least not getting slammed down to the ground and
right,
losing half your HP.
right. If you're up here, you're definitely getting visored, right? But like you have just you didn't even get flux, but just to keep in mind.
Now go get it.
A lot of people talk about using the Suzu for flux, but I don't see as many people talking about using TP to dodge it. So that's just why I bring it up.
Thanks, thank you.
Okay. Another double support ult from your team, unfortunately. But you win the fight.
I honestly, I don't really play with Zens often either, so I can't really say I know or trust them to know when they're gonna ult. Because sometimes the only experience I have with really Zens are usually quick play Zens, and usually they just ult to like save themselves when they play. I've never really played like with a good Zen before, like an actual like team player Zen, you know.
Well, a trank is usually going to be used defensively, right? I mean, sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to trank, let's walk. But usually you're going to save it for something like defensive, like Sig Flux, for example. You're going to trank that. This is similar to like the Kiri Lucio, where you use Kitsune to engage and you use beat defensively. So that, or similar to Kiri Juno.
So are we thinking maybe I shouldn't have Kitsune'd this fight and I just should have?
I think it's fine. I think the Kitsune to start was fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you're thinking, when do I use this versus that in which scenario, that's just something to keep in mind. Is usually like just Kitsune is going to be a better initiator, right? Who initiates a fight with Trank? It's a bit awkward, especially if you don't have anti out yet. So I think it's fine. You guys just have like an odd like double support ult like rotation right now, because they have 2 support ults and they have nothing else, and you guys have 2, so you have a tank and a DPS ult. You guys are just like on just slightly different ult rotations. It's odd, but it's your ult economy overall is fine.
Okay.
Ooh.
And he
nice
dies
cleanse,
anyway.
but he just there was a nano sigma in front of him. That's a lot of damage.
Unfortunate. I mean, it did hit. This is when I was like, my Reaper's onto something here, and I was like, do I TP here? Do I TP? And then I was like, you know what? Jams is healthy here. Let me TP to my Reaper.
Yep.
And then I do it. We fuck up the Sigma.
I think so. You were thinking about it earlier, and I think you could go even earlier. And my reasoning is because he looks like he wants to set up, right? He's cooking something, and there's a mini back there. So
And he
you
has
guys,
fucking health regen. Like, I don't know.
yeah. Oh, here comes the Ana. Okay, interesting.
Oh, just you wait. Just you fucking wait.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I want to see what this looks like. You know, a couple seconds earlier. You're like, what about my Reaper, right?
I was like, there's a Juno over there too. I was like, I don't like that she's over there, but
Right.
really get her.
Right. Also, the thing I'm thinking is, where your Reaper is currently, if he gets no care, he might die right as the fight starts.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be worth the resources to just go and help him sooner rather than later.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
So I agree. I think helping him is good. I think as he's taking damage, the idea to go help him gets scarier and scarier.
This is the type of shit that like fucking Overwatch players are like, oh my god, Kiriko's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
mind your business.
Especially if, well, if you had comms with this Reaper and he said, hey, this Sigma is like 100 HP in here. Come, help, help, help. That'd be perfect. The only thing that made that a little sketchy is I don't know how much you knew about that Sigma in there. If he was full HP, that would have been a little scary. Oh, you kill her. Oh my god.
The orbit and Juno come in. Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay, well, he trades you out.
Yes. And then we win the fight. We win the
He
fight.
trades you out, and he's got this angle.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. What's he
Like
do?
the fuck is the Juno gonna do about a Reaper on this
my
angle?
god, two of
Like,
them turn around, and that's how the Bastion dies. Okay,
Yep.
cool. That's like a little cinema. Okay,
pretty heroic.
pretty heroic.
I wanted to see the jams there.
Yeah.
Badass Sigma.
All right, let's see how you.
That might have been risky.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's look at that again. That was a little. That was scary.
That was a little.
I think
Especially with the Reaper, he has Wraith. Like, I don't need to do that. Like,
Yes. Yep. And that's why. So what if instead of TPing to him, right? You want to help him, but is there someone else you could TP that would give you LOS? That
maybe Sig?
okay, let's see. What are your other options? Maybe even your Zen.
Oh, Sig isn't here yet. Okay,
but I mean like it's you just walk around the I don't know. I don't know if there's a good TP for you here, including this.
I agree. I think just let
yeah.
Reaper do his thing and let that happen. Okay.
Because
Luckily-
this, you do have Kitsune here, and the fight is about to start. And if the Reaper dies before the fight, that's one thing, but you have
Clock
Kitsune, so you really can't die before the fight.
Clock it.
I think maybe it was just because the previous TP where you went to Reaper and you guys were able to kill the Sigma.
Ooh, you know what? I think
You
that
know,
was probably it. I
it
probably
got
just
you
was like, I fucked with our Reaper. I was like, ooh, come on, Reaper, let's do something. That's probably why. I was like, wait, this guy's goat. Like, let me enable this.
Just a little longer.
Good Suzu patience.
Yo.
Let the key.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Please tell me that thing doesn't kill you.
Let the key.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so no, it wouldn't have, but it would have been very, very close. That would have been actually so tragic if you died in your Kitsune from that. Nice. One little thing for this Kitsune is you could just chill. Is just do it from around a corner. For two reasons. One of them is you don't get killed mid-cast by like a random who even knows what spam. The second reason being if for whatever reason your team is pushed back and you have to play in the back of this Kitsune, you can use this cover still while you're using Kitsune. Right now you're in like a comfy enough position and your team is walking forward that you can be a little more lax with your cover here, except for like this guy who's here apparently. But if that weren't the case and their team were walking past these for whatever, maybe they used another ult and they were able to push up, then this just gives you the option to still use cover and your Kitsune at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. Cause like the second I watched that Kitsune, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
the timing is good. The general position, your team walked with it.
Like I feel like this definitely wouldn't have worked out in like a higher rank. Like
also, if you do it here, it will go over the. So if you aim it right here, it will go over this. and it will keep
Okay.
going. So if your
Noted.
team wants to stand here or even walk here, they'll still have Kitsune. This is just too steep right there.
Mm-hmm.
So just the fox can jump, but not very high apparently. Sure, I like that's fine because they're okay. The Sigma's trying to sneak on.
Like, oh my god, he almost did too, and that's the funniest shit. Like, none of us have speed. We're all just.
Yeah. That I just want to go back to that TP there. Why was that TP good? Like, why was that TP okay? Why was this TP in a good TP in? Well, I guess it could be a TP in or a TP out, depending how you're looking at it.
No, literally, I think it was kind of a TP out.
It was a TP out. Okay. I see. Well, you just see your
Well, I was like, my whole
team's
team's
cleaning
over
up.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna just. I knew the Sigma was probably gonna push point, but I was like, man, at least trade. Let's trade out some people. Let's finish this
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know why our Zen tricked her. What? Wait, can we go to his POV?
No one is alive.
I want to see. Oh.
What?
Oh.
To touch. Maybe.
Mobility!
For speed. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the only thing I
God.
can think of. I don't think
He's
I
the
don't know
fastest
if
character on our roster, low-key, I think. Like, that might be...
I mean, I guess, yeah. Sim TP, but still. Okay, that's actually pretty unfortunate that 4 of you turn around for him. I bet, what is your Reaper hiding for his ult? Oh, he's just getting Wraith forced. Okay, never mind. Well,
Let's
you guys, he made a lot of space, but they don't even have a touch. Okay, cool.
We don't talk about that, Suzu. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Slow-mo.
What?
We're on Diva now.
Okay. And Junkrat.
Diva Junkrat. It was looking a little questionable. Diva's giving me that stare. Like, bitch. I'm healing everybody right now. Like,
What do you think about that, Suzu?
I thought about it already. I was like, she's safe. She's behind cover.
Right.
Didn't need to use it.
Yeah, she's
I
safe.
agree. Okay.
Oh. He did not know you guys were there.
Yeah, because if I had Suzu, I could have, cleansed the ante. I see.
And she did next here.
Yeah. Understand.
I think maybe a better player, a better tank would have noted in their mind that you already used Suzu, maybe. So maybe just like a small thing to note there is like, that's also kind of on her. Like she cannot miss the fact that you don't have Suzu because you used it on her. Whether or not it was a good Suzu, that's, you know.
Whether it's there or not.
That's a fine Suzu. You thought he was going to get rocked. Yeah, this is fine.
What's up?
Oh. Okay.
No.
Inside.
So, okay, good shots, good shots. This round, what you've done a lot of is your diva boosts in and then you TP to her. And luckily she doesn't make any crazy plays until she has boosters and you have TP again. But I think also if their team were more attentive, that could have gone poorly.
Yeah.
So I think even if she were to go in, maybe just not as deep, what you can do also is you can climb here and you get a little bit better idea of, first of all, you can see a little bit of what's going on. You can see who on their team is, you know, in which side. And then, you know, obviously you could also just kind of walk through this way.
And they would probably punish me first when they hear that I TP'd as Diva. They would probably just go for
Yes.
the Kiri first and be like, yeah,
Yes.
Kiri.
And if she's
That-
using all her DM on you, then
And I think that's
Then
why
you
their
guys are sitting
Kiri
ducks.
started that duel, because they were like, I know this bitch don't have TP.
ah,
Like,
that's
come here.
likely. That's likely. Is she heard that and she. Yeah, where was she? Oh, you would have found the Kiri if you went up here, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't think she knew that you TP.
I don't think
just
she
heard
knew.
you. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh my god, her feet.
but like you said, yeah, you TP'd here, and it wasn't like to a Sombra who was setting up, you know? It was, this Diva was not hiding, and she wasn't in a very safe spot exactly.
I was
It
kind of
wasn't the
safe here,
worst
though, if you
ever.
think about it, though, because I was, like, kind of had cover.
You do here, I think, let's see. You TP and then you immediately, yeah.
And I had
Yeah.
Suzu just in case I needed it. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel all warm inside.
Oh, you have the TP.
I know.
Ah, damn. That's really unfortunate. But you guys come back before they do.
And then
Don't
Hanzo
even-
gets Bastion.
The spring flows anew.
Evidence of my success. Mega securing the point.
I mean, I want to see. Does that continue to happen this round anymore, where your Diva will go in and you TP in with your Diva?
Yeah, no. I start not TPing to her because
Okay.
I noticed she was just kind of getting kind of melted regardless.
Yeah, she's actually just inting. Yeah, she
was little of a
doesn't
bit.
need to be deep.
And they
diving
actually
every
said
single time like that.
I said in chat at one point, not here, but like further, like on the second point, I was like, Diva, please chill. And then she didn't say anything until the end of the game, and she's like, sorry, I'm a little aggro.
Right.
Oh, she knew she was a little aggro and maybe inting a little.
Right. Yeah. It's,
Okay.
well, that is true.
Let me balance you out.
This is a TP I like. There's no one up there, and this is a setup TP. You guys are setting up, doing recon, figuring out where you want to go next. This is good. Yeah, I like this more than the ones on first point. So because you guys you use your cooldowns to get up here to set up, and then you don't do anything until you have your cooldowns again. It's not like you're TPing into a scary spot and she's forced to use her DM to save you, or you get your Suzu forced just because you TP'd into a scary spot. You're saying, I have Suzu, she has DM. You do, but then you can't use them offensively. You're only using them on yourselves. So this is cool. You take a couple seconds to chill. She like takes less than she could take a second to chill, I think. Wow. Yeah. Wow, okay.
He just takes a 1v3 like
Yeah.
against two supports.
Really? Like, could have just stayed up here with you.
I think that's when I said, Diva, please chill.
Yeah. And
I
then
think after
the
that,
soldier would not have been able to come up here. No one would have been able to come up here if you and Diva are up here. Yeah, that's just gonna happen.
Like, I don't even know if I could have Suzu that in time. I think
No, I don't think
the cast time would be too long.
I think your best bet would be a TP to someone who's right next to them, and then Suzu. But even then, I don't think you would have made it. Okay, let me. Oh, I started over. Okay, so that is a little scary.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be back here and that Juno doesn't know you're here, I'd say just chill and heal back up. Because this isn't even like a
But
terrible
the Kiri
spot
knew.
for you
I
to
was
be-
like, the Kiri
Kiri
wanted
knew.
me.
Yeah. Then I
'Cause
would
she was
then
taking
just
that duel.
start rotating back to your team so you can get an orb or something at least. Because if you're looking at this Juno and you're like every second you stay on this angle, it's easy. It's just that Kiri knows you're here. At the very least, if you have like, if you can get here 1 second sooner and maybe get an orb from your Zen or something.
I think I was just
from your
really
team.
going in to like help enable jams. I think I was just kind of like, fuck.
Oh, because Jams was up top as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything about that initial play. I think that actually I mean this that comes afterwards.
Okay.
When
Okay.
you drop and you have 50 HP, there's a Juno in front of you that doesn't know you're there. You know that there's a Kiri chasing you. So right now your goal is to live against the Kiri and not draw more aggro to yourself.
Okay.
Oh, and a soldier.
Like,
Yeah, the TP out.
luckily
This
the
is a good
Kiri,
TP.
yeah, the Kiri just missed her shot, but she could have definitely killed me there. I thought the door was behind me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's just a Kitsune visor. I don't think you. I don't know. You might not even make it through the door. It just is so fast. Yeah, you're just kind of pushing cart. Unlucky.
Yeah, I didn't throw it far
Oh,
enough.
there's 2 people on cart. Oh, it's you and Zen.
I'm with you.
Yeah, this is fine then. Yeah, that TP I like, 'cause you knew that there was not a single soul that could currently see you when you TP'd up to that diva. That was like repositioning.
Come here. I can heal you.
I like it. I suppose I'm just trying to clarify, like, what are the difference between these TPs and the ones in first point? When technically they're both going in and they're both to your diva, but like what separates these from the first ones? What makes these better? It's just like the safety.
Well, before I was more TPing for like my DPS, like my Reaper or jams, like because we were on like Sig.
Oh, yeah.
was
I
Kiri.
mean, just now, like when I was comparing it to bad, quote unquote, bad TPs, I mean the second round first point. Attacking first point, when your diva would boost her in balls deep and you TP in. Versus the 2 that you did on the second point to the diva, and I thought those were good TPs. Or
Okay.
safe, reasonable. I mean, you're supporting aggression and there's little or a lot less risk involved.
So I took the left side because I
Oh.
thought she was gonna go rotate to cart. I didn't know she's gonna go that way.
Okay. Wait, let me watch this again.
Come here. I can heal you.
Like, see how I was like, huh.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
She lives though.
She goes under.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm here.
The Kiri was
Oh my
chasing
god,
her.
she chased her down.
That Kiri's spicy.
Unlucky. Oh, what Kiri am I hearing back there? Ah, there's a Kiri up here. Who is she
What?
shooting at? She's not hitting you. She's shooting at you. She's just not hitting those.
And the diva DMs too, I think. A little.
Yeah, that is a TPN that is probably too dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I felt like that was definitely very scary. Maybe if Diva was already in the room, I could, because I would be in cover, but I think since she was still outside and it made me TP further outside, that probably made it
Mm.
even more risky. Like, maybe if she was inside, like, fully, that would have
I
been
ac-
different.
I actually think even not related to that, it's just the fact of who is in here and the range that they're playing at. Czar, it's a Czar. If it were somebody else, if it were a soldier, anyone that like your diva can do something about, or you can help shoot.
I think, like, Diva wanted the Bastion. I think that's why she didn't really
Ah,
want the Czar. 'Cause see, look, we got that Bastion low before we dove.
I see. Well, unfortunately, there is also a Zarya in
There's the
here,
Czar.
which you know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how this goes, but I don't love this matchup in this very small room. And now, not only do you guys not like what's going on in that room, but in order to exit this room, because you guys have no cooldowns, you have to walk. And now it's really dangerous to walk out here.
Guys over. Hey. I'm on fire.
This ends up working out because your Reaper is up here as well, and they drop.
I might have
Really
hit
I just
inside,
want
chaotic.
Come to me for heals. Watashi ga mamoru.
Okay.
Like mending a shadow.
For this, I would TP to your diva here.
Okay.
Just because then when you're at this corner, then you can decide whether you want to heal him or Suzu him. And maybe if you chose to Suzu, it would be a little bit later, yes, but then you could also get out with your life. If you TP here and you guys don't immediately kill this guy,
Okay. Yeah. I agree. I think
so
that's
just
good.
TPing for this sightline onto your Reaper instead
think-
of on top of him.
I think what also I do a lot on Kiri is I don't trust myself to throw Suzu's very far. So I feel like
I
I
see.
do the TP+suzu combo because I'm closer to the target I want to Suzu. So
Right, it's
I
hard to
think
miss
it's
it.
also
Mhm.
just a confidence issue where I feel like I
Mm,
can't trust myself to throw like a far ass Suzu. You know what I mean? So I
I
think
see.
it's a little bit of both.
Okay. It's a confidence thing. I see.
Like mending a shadow.
And he had Wraith after all. Okay, cool. Now, your diva was boostering in, which means if you did TP to your Reaper here, actually your diva's also up with you, which means she can kind of help you. While you're on this angle, you're kind of waiting for your cooldowns to come back. And I mean, I kind of like this angle for you. You guys are just waiting for cooldowns to come back before you walk around the corner. That's fine. It ends up working out.
Activating self-destruct.
Oh. She ejects from her mech so fast when she ults.
Activating
Whoa.
self-destruct sequence. Feels good, huh? Let the Kitsune guide you.
What do you think about that? Well, wait, let's go back a little bit.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
But I think my thing is like I know they didn't fully cap, so I was like I might as well just clean it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think they can get there in time. So
Okay. Yeah, you're just trying to keep it going. You're trying to get whatever staggers. Cool. Okay. So timing, sure. What about the position? What other position would you potentially Kitsune from? If you were just thinking, all right, not here, what's another option we have?
I don't really know because I kind of wanted to do it to enable my Reaper and Diva dive.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted it angled at that side that they were playing on.
Okay, that's good. Something I like to do on this third point here is I climb up and I Kitsune from this height. I'll punch this railing
Ooh.
down and I'll Kitsune from this height because maybe just like walk back like one step. That way, if for whatever reason it's kind of unsafe down there, you just back up a little bit. And even if you can't see anything on their team, you can heal bot your whole team. And just things don't really die if you just
Awesome. Yeah.
Kitsune heal, you know? So, obviously, like, this offers no cover for anyone in the Kitsune, and neither does this, but just the starting position being different just makes it a little safer for you. Like, or even in like a little selfish way too, if you wanted to like just sit up here and like spam this choke that you think people are gonna walk out of, whatever. So yeah, just another idea. This side is weirder. This side just makes more sense because people usually come out this side more often than not.
I
That's
see what you
all.
mean now. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought about that though.
Also, just even without Kitsune, just standing up here is nice. You can kind of see everything.
Yeah.
And people usually have to use cooldowns to get to you because not everybody can climb. Yeah, that's all. So, all together, we talked about what makes a good or a bad TP in a couple different ways. One of them being, am I TPing on top of someone? Or do I want to TP to like the next nearest person who's a little bit safer, but I still have LOS if I want to toss a Suzu?
Mm-hmm.
Like that very first TP we talked about onto your cast was how much information do I have going in? And if I have LOS before the TP, I might just insta Suzu, right? Because I know exactly what I'm TPing into.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the different TPs with your Diva and then a couple with your Reaper, just assessing how dangerous that destination is. What's going on where you TP to? Because you could use DM, you could use Suzu once you get there. But ideally, you don't want to use the Suzu and the DM because you guys made a bad choice on how to use your boosters in your TP, right? You don't want to use certain cooldowns to
Mm-hmm.
make up for other mistakes. And some of the times that you TP'd to your Diva, those were for repositioning and for setup, and those were the best ones, right?
Okay.
Because that
Yeah.
was just the quickest. I can get up to height right now. I don't have to walk up there.
Right
And that
now.
way I can see literally everything and I'm not in danger. I know no one's up there. So just actually a lot of TP stuff, I think.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that's also that's probably one of the things I struggle with the most on Kiri, because like, I don't really play dive slash like angle characters that often. So I feel like that makes sense why it is kind of one of my weaker points, because I'm not really used to that like gameplay, like
Right.
that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. I feel like it's pretty consistent.
I think there's a lot of risk and reward sort of balancing that you do, like risk management that you do, specifically related to position on Kiri. That because your positioning can change so quickly and you have so many options, and at the same time, you're also a bit limited because you can only go to your teammates. Not like a Mercy where you can GA, you can use your teammate and then kind of redirect it. So you've got a finite number of options, and then you're always just kind of trying to make the best decision. And that position based sort of risk and reward is kind of unique to her, I would say. Especially because of the whole through walls stuff. A lot of other heroes, you're moving around and you can see where you're going all the time. So for her, a lot of it can be, before I TP through this wall, I actually kind of have to guess what my options are going to be after I get there. Guess and try and anticipate what I might choose out of those choices. So that's cool. I mean, all the other stuff we talked about, like Suzus that you knew were not good, or Suzus that were just like mechanical issues. Suzu does not have as much of an arc as Nade. It's just its own thing, especially if you don't play her or you haven't played her as much recently. it's kind of its own
Yeah, I mean,
projectile, you know.
that I like that you did compare it to Anane too, because like I don't think we fully disclose this. I mean, obviously, I say I'm not a Kiri player, but like for other people who don't know, I am an Ana main, and that's like completely different like play style
Yeah,
than Kiri. So
yeah.
I don't know. I have like the most hours in the game on Ana, so that's just unfortunately just learning a new arcs and stuff and new
Mm-hmm.
play styles is like it's fun, but it's definitely a learning curve for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing a lot of risk and reward, uh, sort of on Ana as well, but it's usually in the sense of like, should I use this cooldown defensively or aggressively? And just almost never position based. So it's just like it's its own can of worms that it makes sense that that's something that like we look at a little bit more. Because everything else where it's like you're thinking about the Suzu, the Kitsune, everything else looks really good. So just practicing with
Yippee.
TPs, I think, could be a good thing to look at. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that after this coaching though, I will become the Kiri goat. Is that what I'm
You
hearing?
will become the Kiri goat.
And
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take Kiri away from you when we duo, and
Oh,
um
GG.
you're gonna have to get on I don't know,
Lucio.
Lucio. Yep,
Okay.
that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm
GG.
hearing. Nah, I'm good. I mean, I like playing Kiri, but I think she's kind of more of my like guilty pleasure type of character. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'll ever really like hard main her, but like she's definitely just like fun to play here and there. And like I said, like sometimes I literally just play her for Suzu, so it's good to know how to play her to her full potential.